We go from really nice, wait 10 minutes, and then we have rain. You can see from the sky cam, it looks like it's a little bit almost like snow, but thankfully, currently it's 72 degrees outside, so that's actually just really heavy rain that's coming in. St. Cloud had a little bit of rain that keeps coming in, but over here to the west is where all the action is actually happening. Tomorrow morning's commute, we're going to start off with mid-40s once again. Light drizzle as that rain starts to taper off. It's going to be cold, so I recommend that you bundle up hats, gloves, boots, anything that you can to keep warm.
Yeah. To tell us more about this weather, Heath?
Yeah, it has been really interesting for this week. I mean, earlier this week, we had temperatures for high in the 30s. Yesterday, we had really windy day. We had thunderstorms. We even had hail. And right now, it's starting to kind of mellow out a little bit. It's cloudy skies. Temperatures at 39 degrees. Winds are coming from the north at about 12 miles per hour. So it's kind of keeping everything nice and easy for us. Finally, I get to say this. We are actually average for this time of year. I mean, usually we've been at really high or really low, but now we get to just be at average where we need to be. Now, the system that gave us all this nice, wonderful thunderstorms and hail yesterday, that's continuing to push off into the east, into the eastern part of Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan. But we are keeping an eye on the little area that's starting to build up here in the Nebraska and South Dakota area. Now, right now it's starting to diminish as the sun goes down, but as the sun picks up tomorrow, it's going to push up and maybe make its way into the Granite City. Currently, most of the area is sitting with mostly cloudy skies. We have temperatures ranging from the upper 30s even into the mid 40s, so it's feeling pretty warm, especially for a 5 o'clock time. Over the next 12 to 24 hours, we're going to expect that system to continue to push off. That's going to give some rain. It might turn into a snow and mixed precipitation as it continues to go eastward. And we have a little bit of the storm system down south. Like I said, Nebraska, even into Iowa and Missouri. That's going to continue to kind of almost merge into one stronger system. And 2 days from now, there's a chance that that's going to kind of resurface and come back up. Twin Cities might have some rain and snow mix coming in. Granite City might even have a little bit coming in, but hopefully not too much. Now tonight, we're going to be dropping down to about 34, 35 degrees. Clouds are going to continue to diminish as we get closer to the midnight hours. And 9 p.m., we're going to continue to be at that 34-degree mark. Clouds continuing to still dissipate as we get into the afternoon, where high is going to be about 50 degrees tomorrow. So it's going to be starting off partly cloudy skies and then being mostly sunny. Sunday, though, we do have that chance of rain coming in probably closer to later evening hours. And then Monday, we're going to see the temperatures jumping back up to the lower 50s and continuing next week, mostly sitting in the low to mid 50s for highs and mostly cloudy, partly cloudy skies. In a few short weeks, we'll start to see the color green a little more often than not, as leaves start to come back out on the trees and new grass starts to grow. But it's open to the general public and anybody who wants to learn about the stigma about HIV and AIDS, as those discussions will be open. Reporting for UTVS, I'm Heath Bradberg. That's right, Ryan Bailey, the former First Lady, did indeed make a stop here at St. Cloud once during her husband's presidency. And during that time, she stayed with a good friend, Alice Whitney. Now, the name Whitney might sound a little familiar, as several places in St. Cloud are named after her. Why is that? The Stearns History Museum behind me has the keys to unlocking those answers. Every yesterday we put behind us is another page in the history book. And for some people, indulging in that information is a passion.
I love my job. It's a nerd job, and I love being a nerd. So I've been called that, and I love it.
Every day, history is made in Stearns County. But one place you can take a blast to the past is Stearns History Museum in St. Cloud, Minnesota. A variety of books, pictures, and displays help reflect the enriched life that has gone on in this area. But working behind the scenes isn't just for historians.
You don't have to be a history major to work in a museum. What you learn working in a museum is almost connected to every employment opportunity out there. You have to write.
Yeah, I'd be the one kind of looking at the history of Stearns County in the library in my elementary school or high school. So that, and I had grandparents that were my grandmothers that were interested in also.
This museum offers something for everyone of all ages and interests and helps show the evolution of Stearns County along with the prominent figures who helped mold it.
I do a lot of school tours, mostly kids from kindergarten through middle school. Do a lot of bus tours. People who are exploring Minnesota come here.
Alice Whitney was one of those figures whose community involvement helped get a few places named after her, including the Whitney House on St. Cloud State campus and the Whitney Senior Center.
That has changed in the last 40 years. So what we do is we start also collecting for ethnic groups as well, because they are part of our history.
Now, with the weather turning nice, the Stearns History Museum is still open 6 days a week and is open to all the public.
Can anyone bring in any historical artifacts there, Heath?
Yes, anyone is available to bring in anything that they consider historical. However, this museum is focused more on the Stearns County portion, so if it belongs to another county, they'll transport it over there.
So Heath, are there any events that come up for the museum?
Yes, there are a few events that go on year-round, including the Halloween dance that occurs that brings in about 900 to 1,000 people, and everyday scavenger hunts.
Perfect. Thank you, Heath.